concept of alien pregnancy has long been a staple of science fiction, captivating audiences with its blend of mystery, horror, and the unknown. From classic films like Alien to countless books and TV shows, the idea of extraterrestrial beings impregnating humans has become a cultural trope. But how much of this is rooted in myth, and could there be any reality to such a phenomenon? To explore this, we must delve into the origins of the alien pregnancy myth, examine the scientific plausibility, and consider the psychological and cultural factors that keep this idea alive in our collective imagination. The myth of alien pregnancy often begins with the idea of abduction. Stories of people being taken aboard spacecraft, subjected to strange medical examinations, and later discovering they are pregnant with an otherworldly child have been reported for decades. One of the most famous cases is that of Betty and Barney Hill, a couple who claimed to have been abducted by aliens in 1961. While their account did not involve pregnancy, it laid the groundwork for later stories that did. These narratives typically follow a similar pattern. The abductee is taken against their will, undergoes a procedure they don't fully understand, and is returned to Earth with no memory of the event, until later, when strange symptoms or dreams reveal the truth. But where did this idea come from? Some trace it back to ancient myths and religious texts, where gods or supernatural beings impregnate humans. The Greek myth of Leda and the swan, in which Zeus takes the form of a swan to seduce Leda, is one example. In the Bible, the Nephilim are said to be the offspring of angels and human women. These stories reflect a deep-seated fascination with the idea of beings from another realm interacting with humans in the most intimate way possible, through reproduction. In modern times, the alien pregnancy myth has been shaped by a combination of science fiction and pseudoscientific claims. The 1970s and 1980s saw a surge in reported alien abductions, many of which included claims of reproductive experiments. Books like Communion by Whitley Strieber and The Andreasson Affair by Raymond Fowler popularized these ideas, blending personal accounts with speculative theories about extraterrestrial agendas. These stories often suggest that aliens are conducting genetic experiments to create hybrid species, either to save their own dying race or to prepare for an eventual takeover of Earth. But is there any scientific basis for these claims? From a biological standpoint, the idea of an alien species reproducing with humans is highly unlikely. Reproduction requires a compatible genetic code, and the chances of an extraterrestrial species evolving DNA similar enough to ours to produce viable offspring are astronomically low. Even on Earth, species that are closely related, like horses and donkeys, can only produce sterile hybrids. The genetic differences between humans and aliens, assuming they exist, would likely be far greater. Moreover, the concept of alien pregnancy often ignores the practical challenges of interstellar travel. If an alien species were advanced enough to travel across the vast distances of space, why would they need to abduct humans for reproductive purposes? They would presumably have the technology to create artificial wombs or clone themselves, making the idea of using humans as surrogates unnecessary. Despite these scientific hurdles, the alien pregnancy myth persists. One reason is its psychological resonance. The idea of losing control over one's body and being used for an unknown purpose taps into deep-seated fears of violation and powerlessness. For women, in particular, the concept of alien pregnancy can be seen as a metaphor for the loss of autonomy over their reproductive choices. It also reflects anxieties about technology and the unknown, as advancements in science and medicine continue to blur the lines between the natural and the artificial. Culturally, the alien pregnancy myth serves as a way to explore themes of identity, otherness, and the boundaries of humanity. Stories about hybrid offspring often grapple with questions of what it means to be human and how we define ourselves in relation to the other. In Alien, for example, the creature's life cycle, laying eggs inside a host, which then gives birth to a new alien, can be seen as a grotesque inversion of human reproduction. The horror of the film comes not just from the creature's violence, but from the way it perverts the natural process of birth and motherhood. In recent years, the alien pregnancy myth has evolved to reflect changing societal attitudes. Some modern interpretations frame the experience as a form of empowerment, with the human host embracing their role in creating a new kind of life. This shift can be seen in TV shows like Roswell, where alien-human hybrids are portrayed as heroes rather than monsters. Similarly, the Twilight series explores the idea of a hybrid child as a symbol of hope and unity between different species. But while these stories may be compelling, they remain firmly in the realm of fiction. The scientific community has yet to find any evidence of extraterrestrial life, let alone alien pregnancies. Most abduction accounts can be explained by psychological phenomena like sleep paralysis, false memories, or the influence of popular culture. The human brain is highly suggestible, and it's not uncommon for people to remember events that never happened, especially when those events align with widely known narratives. That said, the search for extraterrestrial life continues. Organizations like SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, are scanning the cosmos for signs of alien civilizations, while missions to Mars and other planets aim to uncover evidence of microbial life. If we were to discover that life exists elsewhere in the universe, it would undoubtedly reshape our understanding of biology and our place in the cosmos. But even then, the idea of alien pregnancy would likely remain a myth, a fascinating, terrifying, and ultimately fictional exploration of our deepest fears and desires. In the end, the alien pregnancy myth is less about aliens and more about us. It reflects our curiosity about the unknown, our fears of losing control, and our fascination with the boundaries of life and identity. Whether through ancient myths, science fiction, or modern pseudoscience, these stories continue to captivate us because they speak to something fundamental about the human experience. They remind us that, no matter how far we advance technologically or scientifically, there will always be mysteries that challenge our understanding and ignite our imagination. As we look to the stars and wonder what or who might be out there, the myth of alien pregnancy serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling. It allows us to explore the limits of our knowledge and confront our deepest fears in a way that is both thrilling and safe. And while the reality of alien pregnancy may remain firmly in the realm of fiction, the questions it raises about life, identity, and the unknown will continue to inspire us for generations to come.